everybody, and welcome to Table Takes. I'm your host, Bonsai, and I'm joined by these lovely human beings right here. If you notice, there's Javion, Anita, and Peter. Hello, hello. Let's go ahead and start. Peter, how was your week this week, or what have you been doing in existence?
Well, as some of you know, we were in Las Vegas last weekend. Oh my God, I love Vegas. I am so good at Vegas. I mean, let me tell you, I am just great at Vegas. Yeah, we did all the things. We were there for TwitchCon. Oh, we didn't do well, not all of us did all the things. I didn't actually make it to TwitchCon, but all of you made it to TwitchCon and gave me great reports. So thank you. I didn't have to go.
TwitchCon was very fun. There was plenty of high ticket celebrities to converse with. The artist alley had so much art to look at, and I won a fanny pack.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good to hear. Anita, what about you? What were you doing this week?
This week, actually, last night I went to the House of Blues and we went to a concert. I went to watch the Deer Hunter play, and there's a couple other really good bands. It was the All Get Outs and Delta Sleep, really good indie bands playing some really good tunes. It was a great time. And yeah, the House of Blues is such a beautiful venue. I've never been before.
Did House of Blues have anything, or did the Deer Hunter have anything to do with the movies?
No, nothing to do with the movie. They're like an ensemble rock band. They've been going since the early 2000s. But they played some of our favorite songs. It's one of Nora's favorite bands. So being able to go and get to see your partner see their favorite band live is always a really good experience.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
always great. It's like seeing a kid in a candy shop kind of thing. Like, yes, give me the
Yeah,
energy.
it's just the joy.
I know, Javion, you gave us a little taste of what you did, but please, can you tell us more of what you did this week?
Well, besides being in Vegas, Bonza, I'm real tired. I had like 2 days to rest after getting back from Vegas because I had to hop on a plane to Florida, and I'm going to New York right after that. I get no rest. And it wasn't even my
Wow.
idea. I'm just going along with the ideas of other people. Bet people smarter and more, I don't know, fun than I am. I'm in Florida with a bunch of my friends in Fort Lauderdale, enjoying the sunshine, and I'm teaching people Magic the Gathering, D&D, and a bunch of other board games too. Just because that's I can't help myself.
That's awesome.
Oh,
So you're streaming from the hotel in
I am. I
oh,
am,
such
yes.
dedication, such dedication. Way to go.
yeah.
It's my favorite. It's the best 4 days in gaming all year round. I'm never gonna
That's
miss
right. That's right. That's right.
Well, Jill,
What
so
about
of
you,
course,
Bonsai?
me, I actually, well, of course, hit the ground running. Had to come back and then take care of baby because stuff, and also very fun and exciting news. So I don't know if you guys know about the charity organization Child's Play here in Seattle. They provide programs and games and entertainment for kids who are in hospitals, so they have something on their mind other than what's going on in their situation and lives right now. They're having their 20th auction 20th anniversary auction here in Seattle, and I have 4 of my pieces up for auction. There are 2 giant cutting boards, a Child's Play custom bench that I made for them, and a giant Rockosaurus, which is a rocking horse, but instead of a rocking horse, it's a giant dinosaur. And that is going to be up for auction this week. So if you guys are going to the banquet, that is happening in I've like November. Yeah, you'll see those are the things that I made. I made those things.
So
But yeah,
crafty.
I am crafty.
Oh,
But
heck yeah.
I had to take a break because unfortunately babies and power tools, they don't mix, okay? It's just would not recommend babies and power tools. But you know what I would recommend? I would recommend things getting a little weird. What do you think, Peter?
Oh, absolutely. Especially getting weird with Monte Cook. Yes. This article is brought to us by Jeffrey Dome Sanchez at ICV2. Monte Cook Games will release The Weird, a new RPG source book, which will hit retail on November 15th this year. The Weird is a high concept source book that is meant to inspire ideas for RPG elements to add to role playing games. The book focuses on the imaginative and the strange, which is aimed at helping players fill their games with creative details. It can be used to supplement any RPG system and is organized by topic and level of strangeness. Yeah, I'm definitely flipping to the back. I backed this on Kickstarter. I can't wait to get my copy. Super excited. It will retail for $54.99. And yeah, this is right up my alley, Bonsai. I never really liked running published RPGs. I always like creating my own stories, my own setting. But I love the idea of getting fun little nuggets that I can just drop into the story. So here's a couple of examples, just so you know what I'm talking about. This is right out of the book. A boisterous individual has a tattoo of flames in the outline of a crow. Haunted scissors driven to sever fingers. A wind-up monkey that starts at 11:11 p.m. every night. Rat skeletons wearing tiny red bow ties. The ghost of someone who isn't dead yet. Yeah, I mean, take any of these and just like really add some creative juice to your story. I love it.
Yeah, no,
I feel like
I will. Oh, sorry.
sorry. Go ahead, Monte.
No. Go, Jivian. Go.
I feel like the nerd in me is like screaming because I'm so certain that there is a term for a ghost of a person that's not dead yet. Like I know it's like on the tip of my tongue. I'm sure there's like somebody out there who's like furiously
It's a
like,
coma
typing in chat.
ghost, right?
Coma ghost. Coma
Or like
ghost.
a astral projection of someone?
Yes,
That's it.
yes. Thank you,
There you go.
Anita. I'm
You're
so
welcome.
glad to have you on our show today, Anita.
But yeah, no, I was gonna just
Huh.
say Monte Hook games. I've played a couple of them before. And they're good quality things. Can attest good quality things. Anybody else has any comments on this then?
Monte Cook always brings their A game when it comes to their systems and settings. Predation is great. I know Tales from the Appalachia was a podcast first, but they always pick the best creatives to come up with some really good stuff.
Oh no, that is cool. No, yeah, definitely be looking for it, Monte Cook Games, and thank you. But you know what? I feel like we need a boss in this situation, right, Javion?
Yeah, me. I'm the boss. And you can too with the new remake or re-release of I'm the Boss. It's a new edition of a classic negotiation game that will be coming to retail in November this year. So we only have to wait a few weeks before we finally get our hands on the copy of it. So this game, well, first of all, this article comes to us from Jeffrey Dome Sanchez of ICV2. And this game is actually from Sid Saxon, who you might recognize from designing the board game Acquire, which also recently got a remake for the modern age that was first published back in 1994. I'm the Boss is a game all about negotiation. Now, I'm going to do my best to try to describe this, and I'm going to use terms like investors and clans, and hopefully it all makes sense together. Every round, players are going to use card actions to influence the outcome of a deal that one person is trying to make. And everybody else at the table is offering things to try to sweeten the deal so that they can have their investors fund their next project when they come up with a deal on their turn. You're all just trying to increase the size of your bankroll by the end of the 9 rounds. And whoever has the most money in their bankroll wins at the end of it. So it's a very unique game. There are not many games that encourage a lot of negotiation in the way that this one does. And it was way ahead of its time back in the day as well. So this game plays 3 to 6 players and only about an hour, but it will retail for $39.99 when it finally releases. How do y'all feel about negotiating in games?
I actually do like
I don't
negotiating,
know, what's in
especially
it for me?
yeah, I know.
I like the way you
I
think.
just like seeing Sid Saxon getting some love. You know, Sid Saxon was a legend in gaming before I even got into gaming. I was mentioning earlier, his last year at Gamma was my first year at Gamma in like 1992. He's just and he did these delightful games. He used to write an article called Saxon on Games that I used to read regularly in Strategy and Tactics magazine. And of course, Acquire is a game that hits our table on a regular basis, and that's a fantastic game. So good. I've never played this game. I'm looking forward to trying it.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Yeah, now's your chance.
Now's your chance to get it. And I feel like I need shoulder pads to play this game. I don't know how you all
Yeah.
feel, but I feel like
It's
if
like a good
Yeah.
power suit.
need a power suit, gotta
Yeah.
get those strong shoulder pads.
Yeah, and
to
like
do
a
this.
cigar and like a pinstripe hat. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
No, oh wait, hold on. Is your quality video? No, I think the quality of your video is good. You don't need any adjustments or anything like that. I think it's all good, right?
Oh, so you're saying that I should not adjust my set?
No,
Do
I don't
not
think you
adjust
do.
your set, folks. This comes to us from our good friend Chase Carter at Dicebreaker. This is an anthology of TTRPGs, system agnostic. 5 tabletop designers have banded together to crowdfund a book of spooky one-shots just in time for Halloween. The Kickstarter actually releases on Halloween, so it's not out yet, but you can follow it to get updates. So Do Not Adjust Your Set is a spiritual successor to last year's Midwinter Ghost Stories that they put out. Applied the same premise to sort of like the creepy time between seasons in the dead of winter. But each of these 5 artists are contributing their own system agnostic adventure. And it's including the talents of Natalie Ash, Matthew Dawkins, Madeline Ember, Travis Leggy, and Rob Weiland. They've got writing credits like Die RPG, Vampire the Masquerade, Trophy Loom, and Trophy Gold. Like just an all-star studded cast of writers that are bringing you a good product in time for the spookiest of seasons. And they include stories like about demonic art pieces who cause people to get obsessed with them, stressed out students who are trying murderously to finish their final examinations, gas mask vigilantes. There's a little bit of something for everybody, and it's system agnostic too. So it's going to help you bring a little bit of extra flavor into your games. And Ecstasis has been known for past horror efforts, which they've got some great stuff there.
And I just wondered now, is it the vigilantes are wearing gas masks, or is it that the gas masks are seeking justice?
Oh no, they are gas mask wearing vigilantes.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta get that straight.
I feel like
Yeah.
the stressed out students might be actually too close to the nail, as they're going to be like, you've graduated college, find a job and get a mortgage. That's the next horror game.
It's less than that. It's more of a you've got to get your final project in and you are stressed out about it, and maybe there's something supernatural happening around that.
Ooh. I remember you were saying that there was like you've played something similar from these game designers
Yes.
like
So
right
they
before.
also
Can you tell? Yeah.
they've done Apparitions, which is sort of a story about spiritualists who are trying to prove or disprove a haunted location, and one of the players plays like the psyche, the thing that makes the horrific things happen around them. There's also a solo journaling game called Catch Me that they've done in the past. It's sort of about a obsessive investigator who's in too deep and is trying to kill. That one's a good solo game that uses. Honestly, I'm blanking on the name of the system, but yeah, they've all got some really good, like, fun mechanics that. For example, Catch Me actually uses a Jenga tower. It's a solo game. So you get to build the tension by pulling pieces from the tower as well. But yeah.
What you mentioned about apparition, that sounds fun. Like that sounds like something I would play. I love in a supernatural game where like mystical, like creepy things are happening all the time. There's just one person who's like, nah,
Yeah.
no, it's fake.
Yeah, so you explore
VFX.
this haunted location and you like gather clues. And meanwhile, these scary things are sort of happening around you. And all you need to play is some scrap paper, some 6-sided dice, and a couple buttons.
Yeah, it actually sounds really, really, really fun, especially because you can goblin all the extra pieces. I like the idea of being Goblin and be like, I got 6 buttons and string. But yeah, no, and it's also I am surprised. I was just gonna ask you, Javion, which of these games sounded interesting that you would even want to play, because I know you love, 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 love horror so incredibly
Yeah. Uh-huh.
much.
Mhm.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just the little devil in me. I had to say something to tempt you. Peter, what do you think?
Well, I have another great idea for a JVon game. Our next feature is brought to us also by Jeffrey Dome Sanchez of ICV2, and it is also a Monte Cook game. So I am on a Monte Cook roll today. Monte Cook Games has announced that they will release The Devil's Dandy Dogs, a new RPG into retail on November 15, 2023. In this zero prep boxed RPG, players take on the roles of one of the Devil's Dandy Dogs, a creature made of the Devil's shadow. The dogs only have one goal: to collect some souls. The players will encounter a number of people, creatures, and conundrums, all in an effort to construct a good tale of their exploits for the Devil's listening pleasure. This narrative RPG, signed by Shauna Germain, runs on special dice and a tarot-style deck that creates plot twists and stories of supernatural intrigue. I loved it, by the way, that this is written by Shauna. I think that's fantastic. It will retail for $39.99. Also, hey, since I'm on a Monte Cook roll, by the way, Monte Cook Games is also releasing The Glimmering Valley, a new Numenera RPG campaign setting book set in the Ninth World. It features a small village as a starting point, but as the players explore the outlying regions, a bevy of mysteries can unfold. On the other side of the valley, there's also a city that can be used as a gateway to a larger Ninth World beyond this setting.
Ooh, very, very cool. We had a question in chat. Do you think the soles of your shoes count as souls that you can bring if you wore these devil dogs? What do you think?
I think you should try and do that and see how the devil responds.
DM response if I ever heard one.
Yes.
It's just second nature, JV. What can I can't help it.
I guess my only question is, has anybody experienced like tarot style decks that like for RPG things?
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
How do they play if you were to
Well,
like
Everway is a classic example of Jonathan Tweet game that WotC published back in the 90s. Used trading cards. We could use tarot cards, but basically you would resolve mechanically and narratively stories, drawing cards, and you could personalize it based on what cards you chose to represent the deck. So you could use anything from magic cards to tarot cards to, Pokemon cards, whatever you wanted to do. It was a pretty cool idea.
I've played a couple solo RPGs that use tarot as a mechanic, where there's like a list of things that can happen, like scenarios that you find your character in, and you draw a card, and depending on what card you pull, that sort of drives the narrative.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool,
D&D is also one of them. I'm pretty sure you'll find like countless deck of many things out there using tarot cards as like a replacement, or even just like the size of tarot cards works really well.
There's the whole Taroka mechanic in The Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a tarot-like deck in Chaldea called the Fate deck. It's all the Enumians. Yeah, maybe that will be in a Kickstarter someday.
Oh. Well, I feel like I've somehow. Oh, sorry. What did you say? Sorry.
I just said that maybe we'll cover it one day on crowdfunding.
Maybe.
I feel so bad.
Let's say that we will.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was saying I feel so bad because I feel like I've missed this whole like corner of gaming, and like it's. Well, now I know that, no one's invincible. You can't always figure out which game or how to play. Oh, are you okay, Javion? Is something?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm great. I'm just so excited about transitioning into the new Invincible board game from Skybound Tabletop, Invincible Escape from Mars. So this board game was actually teased at Gen Con this year. There was no full name announced for it yet, and now we actually have like an idea of like what's it going to be about. Now, I am an avid Invincible comics reader, but for you out there, you might not know that Invincible is a comic series that also had an animated Amazon series, Amazon Prime Video series, so you can check it out. What you may not know is that Invincible goes to Mars. And then there's a whole thing about saving the astronauts from the sequids. And that's what this version, this adaptation of Invincible is all about. You're trying to help these astronauts escape Mars without bringing home the parasites named sequids that could potentially destroy the world. I'm sure there are a lot of horror fans out here. I'm sure you've heard of The Thing, Outpost something 41 or something like that. Well, this game plays a lot on like the idea of that, right? There is this parasite, it snatches up your body, but you still pretend to be like normal. So what happens is you have people who are playing all on the same team and then slowly get infected secretly, and you have to pretend that you're not infected. And then eventually maybe even get cured, and then you go back to the good side again. With all of this like deduction and intrigue, I think this is going to bring me to my first soapbox segment of the day.
Oh my god, we get it. You think trains are cool. So overrated.
Let's talk about deduction and intrigue. We all fancy ourselves a Sherlock Holmes in training. I mean, what was that whole Among Us craze all about, right? It's getting a chance to not only try to trick your friends, but also learn who's good at lying, who's bad at lying, or if you're good at lying or not. I think I played a lot of deduction and intrigue games, but one constant is always ever present. Never trust the teacher. If somebody's teaching you a board game about deduction and there's secret identities involved, clearly this person has an agenda. Clearly they're trying to get something. They're trying to learn some secrets about you. They're trying to draw out your innermost passions, but they're also trying to learn what makes you take your tells and your bluffs. Never trust the teacher. That's a lesson to all of you out there. This game, Invincible, Escape from Mars, contains so much content from Invincible, and it's going to retail for $24.99 when it finally releases in February next year.
I do like, I think we might have been able to play like the first, like at Gen Con, we were able to play a sneak peek of it, and it's really nice to see it come out in full flesh, as they say. And yeah, I do like, I guess for me, with going on with your soapbox, I like lying so much to people that I want to make people paranoid. Whenever I'm in a deduction game, I like just throwing it out, be like, make myself as suspicious as possible. So when I actually am the creature, then people just think I'm pretending to be suspicious. You gotta play the long game, okay? Long game.
Bonsai plays mind games. Confirmed.
Mind games.
Don't trust Bonsai. Never trust Bonsai.
Yeah,
Always
she even
trust-
tells you it's coming and then hits you with it and you didn't see it.
Right?
But yes, well, I don't know if anyone else is like a fan of Invincible. Have you read the comic books and know a little bit about the scenarios? Peter or Anita?
I haven't.
The TV show gets a little violent, which can be a little triggering for some viewers. So
Yes.
I generally steer clear of it myself personally.
No, that makes sense. There's something about like, even though it's animated, there's a lot. There should be like a warning.
It can get a lot.
Yeah, it's basically The Boys, but like animated. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
The Boys had its own animated series anyway, but a full series too. I promise though, the comics are just as gory, if not even more gruesome.
Yeah,
Nothing to
there's a
worry
lot
about.
more. There's nothing. You know what? I think from all the blood and gore, we should move on to some happy stars and rainbows, talk about all new sorts of things coming from the Disney Lorcana Rise of the Firstborn. Thank you to Christian Hoffer at comicbooks.com for giving us some of this information. So I don't know if you guys remember, but 2 weeks ago, and many times may have been obsessed Lorcana. And I'm just going to keep force feeding you it because I can make the news and I choose the news articles and you're going to listen to Lorcana until I get the decks and play with it. But yes, the last few weeks, you've been flooded with Lorcana news as Ravenbirds works to both play catch up to basically meet the level of interest that people have for Lorcana, and it's releasing its first expansion set, The Rise of the Floodborn. So Wednesday announced great news that the starters and the boosters, the second run prints, will be coming out as early as November. So originally they were thinking, it's going to come out in December, but they were able to get stuff printed out and packaged. And so people might be receiving them as early as next week. Interesting. They are making a point on running the second run indistinguishable from the first one. So the lovely scalpers won't be able to cash in on snatching up and hoarding the first print runs. So only cards that will be different is a number of them that would be receiving some erratas, and some of the first runs might become more valuable as a result because they are fixing some misprints and fixing some of the game mechanics on there. But for the most part, there's not going to be any like stamps or saying that this is first generation. So all those scalpers that were hoarding their decks are going to not have them as valuable. I think, though, there's more to this conspiracy. Okay, so here's the thing. This is a very sane thing for me to say. But, like, who's actually played the Disney Lorcana decks? Okay, because I hear a lot of people. I saw a lot of people in line at Gen Con. But did I actually, you know what? The only card I've seen is this one, this Gen Con exclusive card, all right? And the only reason why I got it is because somebody pitied me because I cried all week that I didn't get my hands on a Lorcana deck. And I still haven't gotten my hands on a Lorcana deck. So I hope it's not all of these like scalpers holding in on the cards or people hoarding it. And I don't know. There's just so much hype. And I've only heard words of people playing the Lorcana game, but I haven't seen people play the Lorcana game. Is this just like Bitcoin conspiracy? Tell me about it. Do they actually exist? I only have this one card and you can't make a deck builder with just one card, okay? It's very pristine. This card is very precious to me because it's my only Lorcana card. Anybody, you believe in my sane argument, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It makes sense.
For sure.
I've never played it.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Neither have
Okay. I have played it, but it was before the
Allegedly.
game was released.
Mm.
That's weird.
They release all these apps and they show you all the cards, but has anybody actually played the game?
Yeah, I know. Well, Peter has special connections. It's like, he might have like maybe helped out with this company called Wizards of the Coast and stuff like that. I don't know how he would have it. Or actually, maybe Peter's part of the conspiracy of everything. And known this whole entire time, Peter.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. But yes, I will so to get back onto the more sane things, in other news, the Ravensburg has announced that they plan to kick off a competition for a competitive cert in Q2 of 2024. So if you happen to have the cards and get your hands on a card and be able to practice it enough to make a deck to fight in competition, well, Q2 2024, you're going to be able to play it, and the details will be announced in January. This month has already seen a subtle trickle of cards revealing the upcoming rise of the Firstborn set. A lot of them have really obscure characters, but you would know them as soon as you see them. They, of course, have classic characters like Milan, Gaston, Tiana, Merlin, Scar, all the seven dwarves. But also, if you guys happen to be big fans of The Great Mouse Detective, Miss Johnson and Hiram of Flavor Sham. I'm sorry, I butchered this name. Are going to be characters. Howard Flippersham, yes. They're going to be characters featured on the cards, and it's all very, very exciting. Just go ahead and take a look. There are like sites that you can see all of these cards before they actually come out, and I am just very, very excited. And thank you for listening to my Lorcana rap. But you know what? That was all of our headlines today, and I feel like we need a boss, a bundle boss.
Hello, we are joining you today with me, the Bundle Boss, a special guest star, Anita. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Humble Bundle, and it is everything for your adventures. It's a Roll20 exclusive bundle. You get to gather up your role-playing group wherever they are and join them on Roll20 for some epic adventures. It's a treasury of resources for Roll20, and it's got some really good games in it. You can play some Pathfinder 2E. You've got Dune adventures in the Imperium, and even more. There's rules, there's art, there's lore, and there's adventures and more resources for Roll20. It even includes a 1-month subscription to Roll20 Plus, which unlocks additional features and content, including your upgraded storage, your compendium sharing, and an all-access vault. And there's also expansions and resources for third-party like deep magic, new spells available for multiple systems and tokens, and all of this is for a incredible cause. It supports Extra Life, and there's some more content coming soon on November 2nd. I am very excited for this one. It's such a good deal. It's pay what you want, and you get a whole lot of everything. Starfinder, Fate, Fallout. You even get the Fablemaker's animated tarot deck, which I have the physical version of it, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love it a whole bunch. What do y'all think of this fantastic bundle?
I
I
love
think
Humble Bundle. I love that they're always bringing out a ton of cool content from different genres, video games, books, and RPG content as well. You said pay what you want. I believe you're yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I love not having
pay
to
what you
pay
want.
a bunch.
It's a
Looks like yeah,
$357 value too for pay what you want.
yeah. I believe the threshold is like $30 or something if you want to get all the content.
35,
35. Okay.
yeah.
I
But
just like to put home, yeah, the Extra Life is a fabulous charity organization as well.
and they've raised $5,738 for charity with this bundle specifically. And yeah, I would definitely check it out if you've got the chance. It's a whole bunch of really good stuff for a great cause. But yeah, um, I think that is just about. But yeah, check out the compendium, check out the bundle, and for now though, let's move us along to Crowdfunder Court.
Welcome to Crowdfunder Court. Here come the judges. Prepare to be judged. All rise. Court is now in session.
Hello, everybody, and it is Crowdfunder Court. And guess what? I'm pushing everybody out of the way. This is my courthouse right now because I said so. First up to the list is something you guys are going to be very surprised that I chose this as a Kickstarter. Critter Kitchen. It is a very, very cute animal-themed cooking game. So it's 2 to 5 players, and you compete to gather ingredients, meet challenges, and serve food to a critic in a bustling town of Bistro Bay. This, of course, Kickstarter ends Thursday, November 16th. This board game combines two, I don't know if you guys know, my favorite themes, which is cute critters and food. And also, sometimes I eat the cute critters because, food. But in Critter Kitchen, you play as some cute critters or restaurant people. I can type the word, but I cannot say restaurateurs. Yes, who are looking to run the most successful restaurant by producing the tastiest food and impressing the critic. Like a lot of food games, your scoring bases on collecting sets of ingredients and meeting a range of shared and hidden objectives in the game. It's a fun gimmick, and this game ingredients done through some sort of bidding and worker placement mechanic. You have these zoo chefs, pun on a sous chef, but it's a zoo because you're animals. He he he. Yeah, you get it. You send out to get ingredients each day, assigning each to a secret location, and then all the players reveal at once. Depending on who you put there, some creatures are faster at getting there, but they only can take one ingredient at a time, while others are slower, but they can carry more ingredients because they're stronger individuals. In addition to the critters and the food, the game is loaded to the brim with puns from like with the food and also with the restaurant people. For example, you can have a Goten Ramsay and a Jamie Owlbear. If you look at the Kickstarter, it's just a lot of really cute critters. And I think there was a Martha Stewart, like a what is it? Yes, a Martha Stewart, but it's a Shrewart. Get it? I'm gonna hand force this to you. Get the puns. But yes, that is my Kickstarter. I hope you guys enjoy. And then afterwards, Anita.
Yes, we're going to talk a little bit about Deathmatch Island. And Deathmatch Island is from Evil Hat. It is a fast-paced role-playing game about a deadly game show on a chain of mysterious islands. You are armed only with your hazy memories, matching uniforms, and you compete in challenges to satisfy the demands of the production. If you're a fan of Squid Game, Survivor, Lost, Battle Royale, Control, The Hunger Games, corporate dystopia, or even just really messed up reality TV, you're gonna really enjoy Deathmatch Island. Each session is divided into 2 phases. Phase 1, you get to explore the island, moving node to node on the map. You get to resolve contests on each sort of node, and you'll get different advantages, gear, and things to equip your contestant. And in phase 2, the battle royale is joined and everyone competes, but only a fraction will survive. Remember, winners play to win. Deathmatch Island offers the opportunity to risk it all and rebel against production if you like. So you can either play to win or you can play to break the game. And that is a choice that the player gets to make alone. Lower tiers include base game books, but higher tiers come with additional maps, in-game handouts, and you even get a label for your own very own can of Deathmatch Island beans. The art and the graphic design in this book are beautiful, very minimalist and like very clean lines. I'm a big fan of it, and Evil Hat's always come out with some really good stuff in terms of games. I haven't played an Evil Hat game that I did not like, so I'm really looking forward to this one.
Well, thank you so much on giving us the beans, Anita. I feel like beans are an obsession, right, Peter?
Yes. Well, thanks for the cue. I am going to talk about a crowdfunder called Obsession Characters. Now, this campaign is on Kickstarter. It's raised $225,000 and has 3 days to go. Now, this campaign is an expansion for a previously published game called Obsession, which I have to confess I missed it. But I was so intrigued with the description of the expansion, I ended up, oh my gosh, excuse me. I ended up funding the expansion, and I ran down a copy of the original game.
Ooh.
Yeah, in Obsession, you are the head of a respected but troubled family estate in mid-19th century Victorian England. For several lean decades, family fortunes are looking up. Your goal is to improve the estate so as to be in better standing with the truly influential families in Derbyshire. Obsession is a game of 16 to 20 turns in which players build a deck of Victorian gentry, renovate their estate by acquiring building tiles from a builder's market, and manipulate an extensive service staff of butlers, housekeepers, under butlers, maids, valets, and footmen, utilizing a novel worker placement mechanic, successfully hosting prestigious social activities such as fox hunts, music recitals, billiards, political debates, and grand balls. These increase a player's wealth, reputation, and connections among the elite. The Obsession expansion characters includes visits to unique characters in and around Derbyshire. So yeah, I'm looking forward to experiencing this game and hopefully not getting too obsessed with it. But hey,
Very, very nice, Peter. I think also, Anita, you have something in the
I have a
mix, right? That we could be
second.
illuminated on.
Yes, let's talk about Pax Illuminaten. Pax Illuminaten, if you love board games and history as much as the folks over here at TableTakes do, he is a new historical game called Pax Illuminaten. It is a big game in a small box. Players get to explore a map of luminary cards. These are 18th century figures, and they build co-occupied connected networks as they try to accomplish game-winning plots. Core mechanics include area control, territory and network building, as well as a hand management sort of mechanic. Because it mix in like a little dose of that and a little dash of negotiation and double thinking and bluffing. And overall, that's the gist of the game. It includes provides a unique historical look at the theme, combined with rich gameplay and relatively quick playtime. So it's all in one little compact package. And again, the art for this game, I always go back to the art on games because I'm a graphic designer and I always like good designed art that sort of like leads you to get like a little bit more of a sort of it sort of sparks your imagination. I love good art on games. So these ones include some really cute little tokens and things as well. But also for the 99 euro tier, this includes access to another early development game that they're working on called Pax Maleficium, which is you are a person who is trying to stop the witch hunts by promoting enlightened thought, religious tolerance, and legal skepticism. And you hope to put a stop to people being persecuted in these witch hunts and thus causing the hunters that pursue these terrible ends to fall from grace. So you can, for a little bit of a higher tier, you can get 2 games and have a whole bunch of more fun at the table with your friends. I definitely check this one out.
Ooh, I like it. I also like not being persecuted and encouraging people not to persecute people. It's a good
Agreed.
thing.
Also, I just wanted to say
agree.
I also agree that the art on these cards are really, really good. The characters, like the portraits of all of these composers and historical figures, they look
Mhm.
so similar to the ones I've seen on Trombone Champ, that video game, that rhythm game about trombones. Which is a way different tone than this one's going for, but I like that art style where you can sort of show the older art but in like a modern style. It's so cool.
Yeah, I
Cool.
really like
But
how they
yes,
sort of combine the old with the new in those aesthetics.
yes. And also that reminds me, Javion, you also have some lovely, lovely Kickstarters, not just one, but a combo of them, right?
Yes. There are 3 games in this Kickstarter. So there are 3 games that I get to tell you about that I'm really excited about. It's rare. It's rare that a bundle actually has more than one game that like I'm on board for each one of them. Like I'm backing to get all 3 of these because they're so cool. So this Kickstarter comes to us from All Play, which is the new name. Well, not the new name, but basically the rename of boardgametables.com, because boardgamestables.com doesn't just sell board games tables, they also sell board games. So this is a great idea. I think this is the inevitable conclusion that they were leading towards. So the 3 games that they've got on the campaign today are Through the Desert, A Message from the Stars, and Switchbacks. Now, for all you aspiring game designers out there, who perhaps have a bunch of game ideas all at once ready to go, take note of this Kickstarter. This is how you do more than one game in a Kickstarter, okay? Not only do they show off the game box art and the components and prices and give a bunch of reviews, they don't just stop there. They give you full awesome live plays, live streams of some of these games. They give you details, real details about how the games work, and they talk from their own perspective about why they love their own games to get you excited about them, which actually helped get me really excited to play these. So let's talk about Through the Desert. Through the Desert is a game about camels. Think Ticket to Ride vibes. You're trying to lead camels on paths through the desert that you can control, but you're trying to avoid all of the crocodiles and other players while trying to gain control of the ever so crucial watering holes, which are going to be ways that you actually replenish your camel's thirst, which can hold a lot of water. I don't know if you all knew this, but camels can hold like an insane amount of water. They survive for insane amounts of time in the arid desert. That's why they're out there. But the game itself is all about taking this huge empty hex grid and filling it out with lots of camels and camel leaders. It's awesome. They describe it as a knife fight in a phone booth nature of gameplay towards the end of it, where just like trying to put any camels down and make a path to where you want it to go is like fighting tooth and nail for every inch. So it looks really fun. I know people love Ticket to Ride. They love animals. Everybody loves animals. So this game is definitely on my list. Next up, we've got A Message from the Stars. A Message from the Stars is probably one of my favorite types of board games. It is cooperative, it is a logic puzzle, and it is deductive analysis. In this game, you're trying to think like an alien. It's got this asymmetric style of one player as an alien and or an extraterrestrial, excuse me, and everyone else as scientists who are collecting messages and trying to interpret them. So the first part of the game is actually trying to figure out the cipher so you can interpret what they're trying to tell you as letters and then make words. But then you have to deduce what they mean by the words that they're telling you. And if you can't do that in time, then unfortunately you've lost all communication and all of the aliens are going to cut us off from intergalactic, the network of the hive mind that they're trying to upload us all to, which, as everyone knows, is the utopia that we should be aspiring to. So definitely check this one out as well. And then finally, oh, sorry, go ahead. Oh, I thought I heard somebody say something. All right, and then lastly, we have Switchbacks. Switchbacks is a game about hiking on a trail. As they say in their Kickstarter, grab your hiking boots and trail mix, because Switchbacks is about to take you on a mountain of fun. You are trekking along an epic mountain, blazing a trail through uncharted terrain. You're trying to mark your path along the way and discover more connected routes than your opponents. The big selling point for this game is that you can learn it in under a minute, and you can play it in under 15. It plays 2 to 4 players. It's got cute little meeples of hikers and things like that. So fans of parks and games about hiking trails and things like that. Games of like hiking trails and things like that. You'll probably want to check this game out as well. It's got the same aesthetic as some of the other all play boardgamestables.com games as well. So you're definitely going to find a lot in here to love, especially if you want like a really quick game to play. So all of these look really fun, really exciting stuff. It looks like it's still got 19 days to go, but they hit their $20,000 goal and then some. They're up to $145,000 on their Kickstarter and counting. So plenty of more stretch goals that you can unlock, plenty of different levels of deluxe components, because you know I love a good deluxe component and a thick chip for all the games that use poker chips and things like that. So yeah, definitely check this one out by November 15th. Otherwise, it's gone for good. Until they put it on their website.
Until they put it on their website. Thank you so much, Javion, for that. And I hope that you guys enjoyed. I feel like because everyone's games choices were so good, instead of judging, I want to give out compliments to everybody's game. So if you guys don't mind, we can go around like round robin. I think that's what it's called. Yes, round robin. To compliment each other's picks. I will say something that I already said in chat. Peter Obsession, they had some thick big boy coins, and I like them thick coins, and that I think a lot of people didn't notice that it's good quality. I might just get the game just to get the coins, because it's not really like anything that's like super like this is the only coin for this game. It can be universal, and give it out. And also another compliment, Anita, both of your games that you chose, you were right. The artwork on it, pristine. The layout, oh, so good.
I want to compliment Javion's choices. I think Javion, you and I have a lot of similar tastes when it comes to games. We both like board games a lot, and I just got to have some of those hiker meeples. I like the meeples.
The hiker meeples are adorable. The meeples also for Journey Through the Desert are really good too.
Yes, the cam meeples. Bonsai, I feel I already fulfilled my compliment quota earlier when I was complimenting Anita. Do you need me to repeat it, or
No,
Yeah,
no,
cut him
no,
off,
you
cut him
got your compliment quota.
okay?
We all agree. No, it was just but yeah, no. Anybody else has anything? I think we got everybody got yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Bonsai, I really liked Critter Kitchen. The puns and the artwork on that is so cute. I'm very excited to see that one.
I want to hear more
come out,
puns.
play
That's
that
why I
one.
want it.
Yeah.
All the puns. Just gotta slap the cards down. But no, I appreciate everything, and I appreciate all of you taking it apart and making us feel all cozy. So we're not always just cutting each other's heads out. We could just, compliment, judge with love.
Yeah, like they do in court, like they do in every civil case known
All
to
civil
history.
case.
They finish it out with lots of compliments.
But yes,
That's actually after after judgment and the jury comes back, they give everybody compliments.
Oh, oh yes, right. Canadian court. That's right.
Canadian court.
That is Canadian court.
Those are condiments. They're not compliments. They're condiments.
Oh. Well, I mean, like, honestly, I would go to court more if they handed out more poutine afterwards. Be like, all right, thank you for coming to court. You can go get some poutine and
Get your breath mints on your way out.
No, but I think that is it for us, folks. I hope you guys are wait, hold on. Actually, question. Who's passing out candy for Halloween? Because this is a very important thing. Y'all, I don't think Javion is, because you're being a jet setter. What about you?
Right.
You two?
I'll be traveling.
I live in an apartment building and we don't have any kids around, really.
Blasphemy is what I hear. Blasphemy from the windows, the ceilings.
Not all of us can be homeowners, Bonsai.
Okay, fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right, that's fair. That's a very fair point. Fine. Well, I am going, and unfortunately, a lot of people told me that I can't drop candy down from a second floor window because of safety. So I will not be throwing candy from a second floor window to kids, which is unfortunate. Come on. Anyways, but yes, Peter, take it away before I keep ranting about candy.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to lots of people in chat today. Armando, Cranston Snord. Let's see, we had who else was in there? Well, we were in there.
Butter and too.
Yes, Jay Bruce was in there. Sarah, I think, said hi. Anyway, so thanks for it. It helps us be more energetic when you guys come by and needle us on a little bit. All right. Well, sadly, this concludes another charismatic episode of Table Takes. But stick around, because up next we have Sarah Moore and friends playing vampires attacking Nazis in Eat the Reich. That's today at 5 p.m. Pacific time. On Monday, I will continue my game of Sid Meier's Civilization 6 as Canada, seeking a diplomatic victory on Peter versus Machine. It might be the last episode, or maybe the next last. We'll see. That's Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. The Bros will be back for Board Games with the Brothers Murph. That's Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific. The Vampires of Indianapolis are tasked with electing a new prince in Indy by Night. That's Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific. John Rick will join Rick Ankney in painting Star Wars figures in Path of the Brush Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Mike Boozer, yes, that Mike Boozer, he will return to Dungeon Master the Nearly Departed in Actoroki, a D&D campaign set in the world of Chaldea, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Roll with Rem Alternus returns Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Then Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific. We're back. Well, you guys are all back. I won't be here next week because I will be at the Luca Comics and Games Convention. So, but thank you to all the Gen Con TV crew, Marcus Mays, Steve Coddard, Sarah Moore, Tanel Lovett. Thanks to my delightful co-hosts, Javion, Bonsai, and Anita. But most of all, thanks to all of you for providing witty banter and geek insights in the Gen Con TV chat. Remember, follow Gen Con TV for more of the best 4 days in gaming all year long, right here on twitch.tv/GenConTV. Ta-ta for now.